So, today, well, a few days, well, yesterday, you heard during the 500 series that a guy named Christopher Duarte is finally done in Call of Duty. Other people may call him Maggie, including the pros, but truly we all know him as Parasite. Parasite came into the COD scene pretty quickly, moved from Modern Warfare 2, well, from Black Ops to 3, then Black Ops 2, and that's where his legend began. Impact. From Rico gaining Impact. With him, Killer, Myrix, and Karma, they went on a streak of 4 straight wins, includes winning the COD Championships. It also started a new trend where people like Complexity turned over a new stage in the Call of Duty era, beating Parasite's Impact team, and it started a new dynasty. But during that time, he was still very much established, winning games with FaZe, including FaZe with most reportedly being on the FaZe team with Aches and winning a title there. Now, it's known throughout the community that Parasite's not the most liked person. It's also known throughout the community that Parasite's not exactly a nice guy, as people would say. And quite possibly, as I heard, the most hated. I was new into this place. When I first came into this thing, I watched a few streams, and a few streams into it, I hear about Haggy, and then on the chat, they keep dissing Haggy, and who's this guy, and this bleep, and this bleep, and this bleep. This piece of bleep. Wow. This guy must be the meanest guy ever. I don't think he's that mean. Guys, come on. Come on. Honestly. But Parasite truly is something else. I've seen some of his videos. I've seen how he can lead a team. He just never really gotten the opportunity to do that after Impact. He did a great job during the FaZe era, where he won a title there, but besides that, he hasn't had any notable big wins besides Impact. And don't forget, that Impact Dynasty was one of the first great dynasties Call of Duty ever had, which transferred into the next dynasty that was the Complexity Dynasty. Oddly enough, Karma was a part of that. Few people have been more, I want to say, accomplished than Parasite. Few people more had the knowledge, the intellect, the guy who really can lead a team, but it also has to be said that he had his times being a teammate, which reverberated throughout the community to a point where, as he said he didn't want to deal with many teams anymore, I don't think teams really wanted to deal with him. And that's rough saying that, because I think he's really a good guy, and I thought he had a better leaf to turn over when he was more calm Haggy. But those issues of winning continued, and he couldn't really get it together with Complexity the second time around. Now, if he built a team, like I said, Aches would, him and Aches, with a good team built around him, with people they can actually go with, good things can happen. These are two very smart, very cerebral people that really has been accomplished in the game. Aches with Complexity, Parasite, which Impact. And with those two guys getting two different solid COD teams together by the help of their managers, letting them do their thing, great things can happen. Good things can happen. But the thing is now, it's not going to happen right now or ever again. We're losing a great, smart player in the game, but you also have to notice that he was a rough guy to be around. You can't doubt that. He doesn't doubt that. He knows he's been a bad teammate, but he also explains that it's deeper than that, and that the community has been more click-based, and they haven't taken the critique well. And I believe him when he says, I'm a very good leader and I know what it takes to win. Sadly, a lot of the people have lost faith in me, yet are blind to the fact I haven't had the best supporting crew in the world. Not shots at my former teammates whatsoever, simply put, role clashing and lack of individual talent in our clashing roles didn't allow any of us to succeed and play at our full potentials. And that's true. And that's, I believe. And that's the thing with teams. with team building. You really have to have that chemistry and mesh with each other. And I think ever since Parasite, ever since he left Impact, because of the issues between him and Adam Sloss, aka Killer, he never really got together. He never really pulled that off, that mesh, that chemistry, that poise that you need to get a great team that could go on another streak like he did with Impact, like Complexity did. It's kind of the same issue Patrick Price had ever since leaving Complexity / Evil Geniuses. He never really found a team that could really mesh together and go on a string of wins like a Complexity, like a Parasite, and like what Optic Gaming is doing now. Here's the brilliant thing about the difference between Optic Gaming and what the Complexity Dynasty and what the other dynasty had Impact has. These guys, and it's weird too, Karma came from Impact and Complexity and Evil Geniuses. Crimsix came from Complexity. Formal was an up-and-comer with his time at Envy and then his time at Team Caliber, winning with Sharp on the team. And that Team Caliber team that won a tournament was a pretty solid tournament run. And of course, Scumpy, Seth, the king of COD, basically, the best sub player in and out without a doubt. The thing with that team is they understood that when you lose, you get together and you make the plan happen. Few players, few teams is really when they take a loss, they don't take losses well. And at least the breakdowns. I think that led to the Impact breakdown when they finally lost to freaking Complexity. And I think Complexity breakdown was a bit when they finally lost, after the streak they had. So, that whole breakdown of chemistry, that deterioration of chemistry after a while, is a constant amongst dynasties. But the best teams with the consistent chemistry that wants to win together can really pull together, can really keep the dynasty going, and that's what Optic's doing. And I think they've taken this loss oddly well, which is like what you usually see in COD, because I've seen consistently with my little time being here, of course. I understand I am a noob at this. I am very much the most new person in this building talking COD, but I love this. I love talking sports. I love talking esports. So I'm here talking that to you, the YouTube folks. Is they don't take losses well, and they like to argue about host online and other different things. Optic took their loss well. They understood what they messed up at. They understood during Season 2 finals against LG how they got beaten after their first hardpoint. Well, their second match. Hardpoint they dominated at first, and then their second match they did okay, but it just started to fall apart in S&D. They lost both F&Es pretty handedly. Study played a crazy good series with the sniper, just pulling off. And then what I heard about later from Spacely and from Stacey was they went back a few months even before this after their game against them in MLG Orlando, I think, or online, where they were looking over theater about what Optic was doing, what were their usual patterns, and they had their patterns on down pat when it came down to it, which is surprising, but also it made sense. What's worse about it, and I think the only thing Optic has noticed, that they became predictable, at least in the outset. I think they knows they became predictable, but they didn't want to say it, which is understandable as well, because Optic's Optic. They don't really want too much out there, or the dynasty's over. People will still really start noticing things, and you don't want that in a good team. You don't want that, so you got to change things up with it, make things happen, really go after it, and that's what they're doing. They've been on scrims ever since. They've done a great job against the pickup team of Mirix, Parasite, Aches, and Wiki. They've done a great job with that. They did Envy in, and that was a rough 500 series for Envy. That was a rough day for Envy yesterday. I didn't watch their game against Mochilla's team, but I heard they lost to Mochilla's team, and then they went on the scrim Optic, got whooped by Optic, and even before that, I seen a bit of JCap's screen. He looked on tilt. He was on tilt all after that match. So to really go after that match being on tilt to another match against one of the best teams in COD, not really a good idea. But chemistry is important. Understandably, what Parasite says is true. And that's a good reason why that he hasn't had a good team since. So, good luck to you, Parasite, and I hope you can find another good team, because apparently he wants to get into Overwatch now and get into the Overwatch competition. Get into competitive Overwatch, he just doesn't know how. Good luck to doing that. Overwatch is turning into the next big thing in esports, so we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching my first ever analyst vid. Hopefully, I'm thinking of making a podcast soon with a couple of people I know. Be on the lookout for that. Please drop a like on this. If you like it, of course, and subscribe. There will be more coming out, especially the NLG Orlando preview. That's going to be coming out in the next week or two. Not week or two, because that's when Orlando comes out in the next week. A few days before I leave for Orlando, watch the games there, and I will also have a review of day 1 in Orlando, day 2 in Orlando, and the overall what happened there. So, thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon. Peace out.